Now here, at the kindergarten, the child is coming for the first time to school. This is the time when we are introducing the numbers and the letter at the same time, maybe with a difference of 3-4 days. But the child fails to understand the difference between them. What is the difference between 1, 2, 3 and what is the difference between A, B, C, D? What is the difference? 1, 2, 3 has got value. Letters have no value. They are just a part of the system of the alphabet system of the English language. So they will not understand all this. It becomes very difficult. By the by, the first month itself is a crying class. The whole month is only crying, nothing else. You have to pacify them, cajole them and things like that. So to get to know for the child, to understand the concept of numbering, understand the value. Like for example, one carries its own weight. I give you 5 chocolates, I need 1 hand. I give you 10 chocolates, I need 2 hands. So I understand the weight of it. It's carrying the weight, right? This is a value. For example, supposing today your salary is 20,000, tomorrow it becomes 25,000. You understand the difference, what is 5,000, right? As a rent. But the child cannot understand the difference between 1 and 2. Tell the child to say 1 to 10, he will tell in a minute, in a jiffy. But has he really understood the depth of it? He hasn't. So for us, we have to achieve that, right? So the very first 10 sheets, in this book is an attempt to make the child understand, use them in such a fashion that he slowly develops onto the concept of the numbering system. The very first page I will read for you. Here we have given the instruction. Circle the object that is same size in the box. On top, beneath the Toddler brand name, we have given something as called as objective. Now what is this objective? We need to understand as teachers as to what is the objective of making the sheet. Why are we making the sheet? What is it that we have to get from the child? We need to understand first. This is just an instruction. Here is the objective. So if you read this, you will understand as teachers whether the objective has been achieved or not. Right? The very first page, circle the object that is same size as the box. Now what we have done? This tape recorder. Down below it's 3 different sizes. So what the child has to do is to find the same size and circle it. Right? The next page, just turn over. Next page, circle the big animal in the farm. So he is understanding what? Big and small. So he is able to understand, right? And then next, page number 3, color the tall animal. So tall and short. This we have been doing in the classes, right? From the textbooks. So here, actually, let me tell you one more thing. These Toddler worksheets are not a replacement of the textbook. Mind you. These have been designed basically to reinforce the concepts into the child. Now one more thing, we have got 40 sheets in each book. When we have 40 sheets, normally the school works for about 37 to 38 weeks. Am I correct? It doesn't work more than 38 weeks depending on the holiday of a particular school. So when we have provided 40 sheets, which means you will use the sheet for week 1. You understand? You will use the sheet for week 1. So this is basically to reinforce what has been taught in that particular way. You will anyway use the textbook, you will anyway use various different methods. So this is just to find out whether the child is learning. And another thing what we have done is, down below we have given name, section, roll number, teacher sign, date, and then the grade. So you can also grade. And then we have given these 2 holes, punched holes. Then you can also find them. So in a month, how many we will have? 12. How? So we have 3 subjects. Right? We will have 12. So you can give this to the parents at the parent-teacher meeting, or you can send it home so that the parents will know the progress of the child. Okay. We come to page number 4. take the fat boy to his foot. So what will we do? What the child will do? Draw a line, not cut and bring it. Okay. So just the child will draw a line. Now the very idea actually when we come to English, we will talk about it something called a pre-writing readiness, where the child is expected to draw the straight line and things like that. Because in all the three subjects we have taken care of that. The child will be at that point of time doing it. So we also need to find out whether he is actually drawing the straight line properly or not. Is what also has to be tested here. Right? Page number 5. Color the fruits on the white tree. So you will understand the white and the thin. This is inside, outside. The next page. Easy? See the pages which are easy, which does not need much explanation. If I have your permission, we will skip and go faster. Is that okay? So we have an agreement. Okay. The next page, long and short. Easy? Page 8, top and bottom. Far and near. Okay? And then the page number 10, up and down. So what will happen here? The down curl is yellow dress. So up we have given the box, he will paint yellow there. Okay? Fine? So this is the, which week is this? 10th week. We are in the 10th week of the schooling. Remember that. When we are flipping one page, we are flipping 1 week. Okay? Page number 11. Join the dots for the child to learn the strokes better when actually the numbers are being introduced for him to write. Because his muscles have not developed, he has to keep learning, he has to hold the pencil properly and he has to do it. Right? Next page belongs to the same thing. Now slowly coming to the subject of it for the child, match the similar objects. He has to match 3 with the 3, 4 with the 4. So he's slowly understanding. He's identifying. Yeah, counting. And then page number 14, drop only pencils into the pencil box. Now what is this activity called as? Sorting. It's a sorting activity. We are doing this. We put a bowl, take a bowl, we put the beads and lot of other things and ask the child to take out the beads only, right? So this is the same thing on the paper. It's a sorting activity. Again here, this is again for the pre-writing readiness. The child has to draw the straight line. It is a practice of the straight line and also doing the sorting activity. Now here page number 15, very important page again. It says find who has more in number. If you see, we have not given the numbers here. We have said A and B, which means he has to first count the 4, he has to keep it in his mind. Again he has to count the 6, again he has to keep it in the mind. Again he has to think either 6 is more or 4 is more. So this is a mind game. So we are asking that thing will linger in his mind for some time. So he will learn it much better. Right? Page 16. Count how many and write in the box. Now here we have 1 sun, 2 fishes, 3 birds and 4 bees. I request you all to do the 4 bees for him. As teachers, you do this so that there is a habit formation. He has to learn. He may not be in a position to do it immediately. So you first identify the 4 which is very difficult. The other he will do it very easily. So here at kindergarten, one thing we have to keep in mind. We will not be strict, we will not beat the child, we will not scold the child. We are facilitators, they are not teachers. We are facilitating the child to learn. We should not have the attitude, this has to be done by the child only. Whether he is understanding or not, I am strict. No. Facilitate it. You have to do habit formation. This is again like the training which I was talking in the morning. Right? Do the 4 first. So the others he will do it very fast and very easy. So he will understand. Right? Now the next 5 pages very important again. Starting from the 17th week. Here we say join the dots and draw slanting lines in number 1 and 2. Now here what we want, these are all multiple exercises. What we want from the child is, we want him to carry the image of number 1 in his mind. The figure 1, how it looks, has to be embedded in his mind. That is the basic aim and idea of this particular exercise. He's joining the dots, he is also putting the slanting lines, which means he is spending more time on it. And if you look at the second page, all the 5 pages are with the different exercises so that the child's interest is kept. Here we say, join the dots and paste pencil skin in numbers 3 and 4. Now what is this pencil skin? Sharpening the pencil all over the classroom, everywhere it is fallen. Ask him to remove it, make a fine powder of it with a little help of glue. He will paste the pencil skin in number 3 and in number 4. Understand? Next page, page number 19, join the dots and color the numbers 5 and 6 with crayons. These are all the 5 pages. What we have done is we have given different exercises so that the child's interest is kept. Page number 20, join the dots and shade the number 7, 8 with pencil. Now what is this shade? What do we mean by shade? Shading means what? Shading. In shading, the child has to be taught, when you are sharpening the pencil, you need to have an extra long leg. You need to have an extra long leg. This is what has to be told to the child. And then, when he is holding the pencil for shading, how is he holding? In a cross fashion. So this is another technique that the child will learn about the shading. Because we have other activities for shading of the pencil. We have other books also. When he does that, it will be easier for him. So he needs to understand there is something called a short leg, then there is something called a long leg. Okay? Page number 20. Join the dots. Sorry. Now page number 21. Join the dots and fill the numbers 9 and 10 with dots. Now what is this dots? If you put dots. But his pencil is too sharpened. What happens? They will be there. So we will have to tell him, teach him how to make the sharpening blunt. This is a learning process for the child. He needs to understand that pencil can be sharpened in so many ways. When you are putting the dots, it has to be blunt. So this is again, we need to teach to the children. Right? Page number 22, join the dots and color the numbers. This is again to know the sequential form of it. He has to understand that 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4, like so on and so forth. And then the next page again to the sequential form. Page number 23, join the dots to find a bird and color it. Now how will he do it? You have to help him do 1, 2 and 3. This is what you have to do. Then from there he will take the cue. Otherwise the child can also do like this. You understand? The child can also do like this. But then he'll have to do it like this. So you will have to first do 1 and 2 and then 3. And then the rest the child will do. Page 24. Count the number of apples. Count the number of shoes. Count the number of carrots. Look at the tree and write the number of the birds on the tree. So he has to find 5 leaves, he has to find 9 apples and color them. Again, this is to reinforce into his mind why the coloring activity is learning. Because he has to find only 9. Match the number in the box with correct number of the object by circling it. Easy. Page 27. Very, very important page again. Look at the picture and write the number in the box. This is actually about the zero concept. Now here, the child will never understand zero. the value of it until he is in the second class or the third class. Till then he will not understand no matter how much you say. But this is a very small attempt to make him understand. Because normally it so happens when we say show our hand, how many chocolates I am having in my hand, the child will say there is nothing, he will say nothing. But as far as English is concerned, he is right. But then we have to inculcate the habit of learning zero. He should say zero. Is what is the only idea behind this particular exercise. Look at the picture and write the number in the box. It says 3 drums, 2 drums, 1 drum and then 0. The very next page will tell you this. Color the plate with no strawberries. In that plate there is nothing. No. In the plate there are 0 strawberries. So this is what we need to inculcate. The very idea is the child needs to know nothing means 0, 0 means nothing. In the math class he will not say nothing, in the math class he will say 0. So this is very important. If you start hitting him, then slowly he will try and understand. When he is going to the UKG, the first standard, then he will properly understand what 0 is and what its value is. Okay? Circle the correct number and color the pictures. Easy again? Easy? If it is easy, say easy so that we can go ahead. Write the numbers that will come after. Easy? Okay. Write the numbers that come before. Very difficult for the child. Easy for us. Very difficult. At the LKG level, very difficult. Right? But we try and do because he has to learn. Right? Because see what happens, I will tell you one more thing. Kindergarten as such, there is nothing called an LKG or a UKG. There is nothing called a LKG and a UKG. The whole block of 2 years is kindergarten. That is what we need to keep in mind. The entire kindergarten is one block. So there is a very thin line. There is a very thin line which is dividing the LKG and the UKG. In India we call it as the LKG, UKG. Not in America. Kindergarten is for 2 years. That is what they say. So the concepts, the learning levels in these 2 years remain the same. Because at the UKG also you are not telling anything different. You are telling the same thing. What you are doing in LKG is the same thing you are doing in UKG. They are reinforcing it. So as much as practice they do, that much they learn. So that is what we have to keep in our mind each time. Okay? And this much of practice is also not enough for those underdeveloped brains of the child which we have. We have seen in our class, there are 20 children, 2 or 3 children will definitely not do anything at all. They are 0. So that is a problem. So for them, even after doing so much of exercises, it doesn't go and hit their mind. Because the mind is wandering. They can't concentrate. That's the only reason. So this is only practice, practice, practice. Then only they will learn. Right? Page 32. Circle number of objects as mentioned on the left. Page 33. Write the numbers seen in the house. Count the dots on the dice and write the number. Write numbers 1 to 20. Now here, page number 34, an important page again. Here we say count the shapes, color and write its number in the box. Now here, we don't introduce the shapes to the LKG child. Mind you will not understand a thing about it. The very idea of this particular exercise is, we want the child to carry the image of a circle, carry the image of a square. He will not know the name of it. Don't mention the name of it. For him it is just a shape in LKG. In LKG for him it is just a shape. It can be anything for him. Let him imagine. When actually we are teaching at the UKG level about the shape, the brain will recollect that he has seen the shape. It becomes very easy. Normally it so happens, we all must have heard, it is a shocker for the UKG student to go to the first standard. When he actually goes to the school in the first standard, the school is diametrically opposite to the situation of the kindergarten. Have you all not seen? Every first standard teacher complains, I am unable to handle the child. You know why? Because of the environment. You are all like mothers to the child. The atmosphere in kindergarten is very conducive to him, very colorful. But when he goes to first class, he is wearing a uniform. First thing he will not like. He doesn't like the way the teacher tells. She is very serious. She never comes beside him and tells, "Beta, do you want water?" She doesn't ask. It's like a shocker, right? So what we have done is, at the LKG level and at the UKG level also, we are trying to give some concepts which the child can actually carry it when he is going to the next year. We will deal with it when they are coming to the UKG. There are many sheets by which it becomes easier for the child to graduate himself to the first standard. It becomes a little easier for the child to actually go into the first standard from the UKG. That is what is the concept. That is why we have introduced these kind of things in the LKG also. So here we have not mentioned any name of the shape here, if you see, and we are not to mention at the LKG level as to vertical circle. Don't say that. Don't confuse it. The idea is to count the shapes. You will only count. That is all here. Okay? Next page. Look at the balls, count, color and write the number. Easy? Page 36. Join the dots and page 37. Count and circle the correct number. He has to count 4 rats and circle it. Now page number 38. Very important. Now when we say page number 38, it is the end of the school. The school is already over. Right? 37 weeks is our school. So the next 3 pages, what we have done normally at the LKG level, there are many schools who do not introduce the numbers in words. But there are some schools who are doing it depending on the society where the school has been built. So it all depends on the local society, how the school is built. So some schools use it, some schools don't. If your school is adopting to this, use this sheet. If your school does not teach the words at the LKG level, do not use it. Anyway, our school is over by 37. Understanding? Right? Don't get panicked. Oh, I have not taught this. How is the child doing? No worries. Right? Next page is also devoted to the same thing. And page number 40 again. Trace the dot to get a shape. Again, we are not to mention the name of the shape of the child. This is again a final attempt for the child to carry the image of a circle, of a square back home when he is going on a holiday. Because after this he is going back home. Right? Okay, so we come to the end of LKG Maths.